A special car needs a special journey, and this 408 horsepower Taycan is Porsche's first electric. In fact, it's the first one in the country. And to celebrate, I'm going to take a journey across to Alibaug, a clean, green and fun journey. But that's just me.
Now, I'm taking a clean green journey to Alibaug as well. And while I may not have the fancy performance figures like him or the fancy climate control, the climate that's going to control my journey is going to be wind power, because I have the Beneteau Figaro 3. Now, this is also a performance and racing machine. The only difference is, while Shapur goes that way, I'm going this way. The idea is to have a good old-fashioned race, and while Shapur has to take a 118-kilometer C-shaped route across land, all I have to do is just 20-odd kilometers across water to the Mandwa jetty. It sounds unfair, right?
So we're off. It's 7:30 and we're on the road. Hopefully we get a good exit from the freeway and make some good time, because the boat is going to have some decent wind in the next few minutes or so. Now Renuka should already be on her way, and as we exit Apollo Bandar, I'm just hoping we don't get too much traffic.
For me, it wasn't such a clean getaway. I had to run to the jetty, get into the gear, meet the team, and then get onto a smaller boat to actually get to our boat, and time was ticking. Hi, nice to meet you. We've got to win this race, yeah? Shapur, I think, has already left, so we should start heading out really quickly.
Absolutely. I think the wind has come in also.
The wind gods are with us.
Now something that I'll have to do is also keep an eye on the battery. I have it right here on the screen and now reads 99%. But I'll be driving in normal mode for most of the time and hoping that the battery lasts well enough so that when I have a gap, I can make some time. Yes, but what's most important is that neither will be using even an ounce of fuel. Now my 408 horsepower Taycan is buzzing with a full charge from the 79.2 kilowatt hour battery pack. But Renuka will be mostly dependent on the wind gods.
So, a little bit of a cheat. We're actually going to use a little power just to get out to our boat, because that's what we have to do. Sailboats can't dock right up to the jetty in Mumbai, so motorized boats take you out to the parking spot, and we were already losing time to Shapur. But it gave me time to learn what my ride was all about.
Figaro 3 was designed for single-handed and double-handed racing in the Atlantic Ocean. And Figaro 3 especially has been designed for two major purposes. One is the offshore racing for the 2024 Olympics and for transatlantic racing.
20 minutes into the race and we were still to get onto our real ride. Shapur had a good head start, and all I could hope for was that Mumbai traffic was at its best, giving him a hard time.
Now there's a couple of things the Porsche will really have to deal with on our way out of the city. The first is of course the traffic. Now it doesn't make a difference whether you're in a Porsche or something slower. You have to go through the traffic. The other thing is coming up right now. It's speed breakers. Now I have a lift system here, but I'm hoping most of them can be taken with the car in this normal mode. I think that just touched.
While Shapur had the Porsche, he also had the vagaries of the road and his battery range to worry about. And I was learning that I had quite the arsenal on my side. And I believe we have a world champion with us. You know, I mean, you can't beat that. There's no world champion in that car. But his prowess was only going to come into play when we started, and I realized that they were still a while away. So, with all the restlessness, I called Shapur. Hello?
Hello.
Where are you guys?
We're just gonna be off the freeway maybe in a minute. Where are you guys? Are you guys in the boat?
The end of the freeway? We've just got on the boat.
And I can't see any trees moving in the wind. How's the wind? What are they saying? How is the wind?
One sec, let me ask. Ravi, how many knots of wind did we say we have just now? Seven. Okay, we have about 7 to 8 knots, so we're good. Wind gods are on our side, but you guys have got a really good head start, I think. This is going to be a fun race.
All right, I'll call you later.
Okay, game on. Okay, so we've been put to work, and as you can see, it's not so easy to get going here. Now Shapur's got a really good head start on us. So this is going to be one hell of a race. And I'm just waiting to get going now because it's about time we made a move.
So that's what I'm talking about, a nice clean run. We've gotten through that traffic and now I can allow the Taycan to gather some speed and gather some momentum. Now something else I also have to be careful of on this freeway here are the speed cameras. Now we don't want to break any of the speed limits and we're staying well below that. But this Taycan, even when I touch the throttle, just wants to sprint forward.
Meanwhile, at sea, we were finally getting on with it. However, Mr. Shapur had already crossed the Chembur tunnel silently.
I'm actually pretty happy that I've chosen the car. It's comfortable, I have the air conditioner on, and in an hour or so, Renuka will be sweaty, hot, and by that time, we should have some open roads to really enjoy this Porsche on.
But that was so far from the truth. Now, while Shapur is probably battling bad roads and construction and traffic and going hairily over those speed breakers, I've got nothing to stop me. I'm out here, wide open ocean, we're sailing along, the wind is good, so we're going at quite a clip and we are well on our way. What I've learned today is that sailing is not just about getting out of a boat and opening the sails, it's a lot of teamwork. Everybody has to work together and make sure everything works in perfect sync. So yeah, we've got it going and hopefully we'll win. Rather than use seawater as a heavy ballast to stabilize the boat, the Figaro 3 uses foils. These are much lighter, which means more speed. They act as underwater wings to stabilize the boat, smoothen the ride, and allow more of the energy from the sails to be converted directly to speed. The boat is so quick it can do a real 11 knots or 20 kilometers an hour in a 13 to 14 knot breeze.
That's a pretty steep drop for basically what has been a gentle cruise out of town. Now it says I have 273 kilometers left, but I'm worried if I pull it hard, will we make it? Range anxiety.
On the other side, there was no worry. Things were smooth sailing, quite literally. And as you know me, I can't stay away from the wheel so long, so I had to try my hand at that too.
It operates differently. If you push it away from you, the boat will move towards you. If you pull this towards you, the boat will move away from you.
Much to my surprise, the boat even had an autopilot function which could be controlled electronically with the systems inside the hull. And when I say systems, I mean systems. There's enough tech here to keep a geek happy. Stuff like a chart plotter, a boat's GPS, a sonar system for depth, a sail planner, a system that tells you the wind angle and the speed of the wind, and it even has a radar and an airliner-like transponder.
Now by now, Renuka should have got some good wind on that Beneteau, and I just want to check where exactly she is. Let's give her a call. Hey Siri, call Renuka. Hello Renuka.
Where are you?
We've just got onto the Panvel road, we're off the bypass, but we're still an hour and 40 minutes away.
You got an hour and 40 minutes. How long do you think we'll be?
Got an hour and 40 minutes?
They've got an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, we'll be there in 40 minutes.
We've got 40 minutes.
What?
So I think we're well on our way to beating you. You better buck up. So I'm glad you got some traffic getting out of Bombay because we were really panicking. We took a while to set up and I thought, oh God, he's going to be well on his way. But I think now we've got you beat.
Did you use the motor? Have you all used the motor?
No, just to get out to the boat, and then we've been on wind power.
God.
See, I'm telling you, the wind gods are with me today, so you better just put the phone down and speed it up.
While the wind gods are with you, the traffic gods are certainly not with us. We're cruising on an open highway at 30 because it's just jammed with trucks.
There are 6 people on this boat willing traffic at you, Shapur.
Let's see what we can do. Let's see. All right. See you on the other side. To be honest, I really wanted to win this and show just how good an electric car the Porsche is. But conditions being what they are, it's looking pretty difficult now.
So, while Shapur is probably pedal to metal and battling traffic still, we've already sighted land. We're doing really well. And as you can see, we're having breakfast. We're out here on the ocean. And this is life, isn't it?
My optimism was short-lived, though, as the traffic gods we had been praying to did not answer our prayers.
As we turned into Mandwa, luck turned our way. The early morning traffic we were expecting just wasn't there. No sleepy residents on scooters, no rickshaws trundling along, no rickshaws saving fuel, nobody out for an early morning drive. This place is still asleep. So instead of doing an average of 20 or thereabouts, which was what Google was telling us, we started doing an average of 60, still well within the speed limits, but much quicker. And that made all the difference. Wish I could call Renuka and get an update. Let's try. Hello, Renuka.
Hi, Shapur. Where are you?
We are maybe 20 minutes out.
20 minutes out. What were you doing? Flying?
Yeah, exactly. We didn't get too much traffic in Alibaug. We're just taking the right on the main road onto the jetty. So
Okay, he's taking the right on the main road onto the jetty. So now I think we're a little behind you.
that's what I was saying.
Yes,
So we've got a
actually,
we got a lucky break, and I'm trying to make up some time here as well. So let's see how that goes.
And we're wishing you a whole load of speed breakers. May you go slow.
Actually, the Porsche is taking the speed breakers pretty well, especially the small and medium-sized ones. So that isn't so much of a problem. And while I thought there'd be some range anxiety, I have 190 kilometers of range to go. So now I'm just putting my foot down. So here's some green
we're
power.
also going to.
Here's some green power for you. I'm throwing some green power your way.
Okay. Wind power. Come on, Team Aquasail. We've got to do this, okay? They're 20 minutes out.
We've come upon the railway crossing, which is closed.
Okay, the railway crossing is closed. The train's going to take another half hour. Okay.
Let's see.
Game
All
on,
right.
Shapur. Game on.
Bye.
The race was coming to a photo finish with the gap closing in and the tides shifting back and forth in favor of the Taycan and the boat. But now was also the moment to reflect and to enjoy the experience provided by the transportation of choice.
Now you got to hand it to Porsche. Not only have they made a quick electric car, but this one is also a proper Porsche. It drives like one. It feels like one from behind the wheel. There's tremendous weight and confidence from the steering wheel. There's a lot of poise. The car drives beautifully. It steers into corners well. It has great body control. And then as you drive it harder and quicker, it feels more nimble and faster and more lit.
If you can afford a Taycan, chances are that you will have a house in a place like Alibaug. And if you do plan on getting there, this is how you should. No recharging, no battery tech, no gibberish, no lifting cars over speed breakers, no fuel, just good old wind power. This race was far from over and my electric friend was gloating.
Yes, Shapur. I know. Stop showing off. We're getting there.
We were determined to give it a good old fight by hitting a stride with the tide. But to my sheer disappointment, just as I was about to reach the jetty,
How long ago did you get here?
Maybe 2 hours? No, I'm just kidding.
Nonsense.
Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
How much are you going to gloat?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, did you have breakfast? Did you have nice cheese sandwiches? Did you have chai? Did you have dolphins along the way?
No, dolphins?
Dolphins.
No.
We actually got to see dolphins along the way, so I think we had the better ride.
How about if we race on the way back as well? Maybe you'll have some better wind.
I'm game.
Done. But actually, I'm just going to get on the M2M ferry and go back. It'll take half the time. So maybe next time
Chicken.
and in a faster boat.
Chicken.